Hello, and welcome to the Pittsburgh City Council regular meeting for Monday, May 20th, 2019. My name is Ashley Robinson, and with us today is David Tatro, our sign language interpreter. The following legislation will be introduced today by City Council. Councilman Reverend Ricky Burgess presents Bill 1689, a resolution authorizing the mayor and the Office of Management and Budget to enter into a grant agreement with the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development to accept funds from the Appalachian Regional Commission for activities in relation to the Associated Master Plumbers of Allegheny County Training Facilities Renovation Project, and further authorizing the Director of the Office of Management and Budget to expend said funds for this purpose. And Bill 1690, a resolution providing for the issuance of a warrant in the total sum of $7,815.22 in favor of Eileen Papale as final settlement related to the action filed with the Pittsburgh Commission on Human Relations. Councilman R. Daniel Lavelle presents Bill 1693, a resolution amending Resolution Number 201, effective March 28, 2019, so as to reprogram funds within City Council from Hill Dance Academy Theater, minus $3,000, and Neighborhood Works WPA, minus $3,000, and transfer these funds to Shenley Heights Community Development Program, plus $6,000. Bill 1694, a resolution amending Resolution Number 202, effective March 28, 2019, so as to reprogram funds within City Council from Hill Dance Academy Theater, minus $3,000, and Neighborhood Works WPA, minus $3,000, and transfer these funds to Shenley Heights Community Development Program, plus $6,000. Bill 1695, a resolution amending Resolution Number 55, effective January 28, 2019, so as to reprogram funds within City Council from Hill Dance Academy Theater, minus $5,000, and transfer these funds to Manchester Citizens Corporation, plus $5,000. And Bill 1696, a resolution amending Resolution Number 54, effective January 28, 2019, so as to reprogram funds within City Council from Hill Dance Academy Theater, minus $5,000, and transfer these funds to Manchester Citizens Corporation, plus $5,000. Councilman Corey O'Connor presents Bill 1697, a resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewage facilities plan for the Brackenridge phase of the residences of Oak Hill, which is the ongoing redevelopment of the former Aliquippa Terrace housing project located along Oak Hill Drive between Wadsworth Street and Brackenridge Street in the 5th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh. Bill 1698, a resolution authorizing the approval of the 2019 Housing Opportunity Fund Annual Allocation Plan, all council districts. Bill 1699, a resolution authorizing the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned property in the 15th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, Council District Number 5, 168 Hazelwood Avenue. And Bill 1700, a resolution authorizing the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned properties in the 21st Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, Council District Number 6, 1817 Fulton Street, 1305 and 1307 Columbus Avenue, 1321 North Franklin Street, 1513 Allegheny Avenue, 1020 Liverpool Street, and 1206 West North Avenue. Councilwoman Teresa Cale Smith presents Bill 1701, a resolution granting unto City Reformed Church, their successors and assigns, the privilege and license to construct, maintain, and use at their own cost and expense a handicap ramp at 3929 Coleman Street in the 15th Ward in the 5th Council District of the City of Pittsburgh. And Bill 1702, a resolution granting unto City Studio, their successors and assigns, the privilege and license to construct, maintain, and use at their own cost and expense a handicap ramp and railing at 2700 to 2702 Shadeland Avenue in the 27th Ward in the 1st Council District of the City of Pittsburgh. Councilman Bruce A. Krause presents Bill 1703, a communication from Jennifer Olzinger, Acting Director of the Office of Management and Budget, submitting the City of Pittsburgh quarterly financial and performance report for the period ending March 31st, 2019. This concludes the reading for Monday, May 20th, 2019. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the regular meeting of Pittsburgh City Council for today, Monday, May the 20th, 2019. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Reverend Burgess, Mr. Coghill, here. Ms. Gross, here. Mrs. Harris,
here.
Mr. Lavelle, Mr. O'Connor,
here.
Mrs. Cale Smith, Ms. Strasburger, Mr. Krause, President.
Here.
5 members present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? And we ask then that you would please remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We have 2 proclamations to be presented, but I don't have the members in chambers. Councilman Lavelle, if you're on the floor, could you come out, please, as well as Councilwoman Smith. Do we have records of the procs in the chamber, Madam Clerk? Could we have other members present the proclamations? Yeah. How about Councilman O'Connor? Could you do Councilman Lavelle's EMS week for us, please? Sure. Thanks. Okay, may we have everyone here to celebrate or recognize EMS week, please come up.
I'll just do them all at once. I'm going to EMS and Public Works together.
You could do that if you'd like, Councilman.
Do you want Public Works as well? We could just do them both at once, if you guys want to do that. Public Works, come on up. We'll do EMS and Public Works.
We're going to do a
2
for 1 stock split this morning, so please come up. Are you here for EMS Director? Or I mean for Public Works?
Come on
up. Here's Councilman Lavelle.
Here. You're up. We were merging them together. You're up now.
Okay.
I'll do Public Works, and then you're up too. We have EMS and we were just going to jointly do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Do not be.
We'll do EMS first. Go ahead.
So please.
So I'll we're good? All right. Okay. Oh, because of the Monday. Yeah. So I'll apologize to the council and the chief. I was in a meeting in the conference room, and so I got lost track of time, so I apologize. So real quickly, I always say this, as most of you already know, EMS, the modern EMS system was created in Pittsburgh, and we do have what I consider the standard by which the whole country operates. So it's always a pleasure to be able to present this proclamation. Whereas the members of the Bureau of Emergency Medical Services and the Fraternal Association of Professional Paramedics devote their careers to saving the lives of others and promotes the improvement of pre-hospital medical care through practice, research, and community service. And whereas emergency medical teams consist of highly trained paramedics, emergency medical technicians, first responder, telecommunication officers, physicians, and nurses whose knowledge and skills benefit the people of Pittsburgh on a daily basis. Whereas the Pittsburgh EMS post-cardiac arrest guidelines exceeds the Pennsylvania Department of Health post-cardiac arrest protocol, and in order to increase the rate of survival even more, the Fraternal Association of Professional Paramedics supports a campaign to encourage Pittsburgh residents to learn CPR and encourage citizens to begin care suggested by Mayor William Peduto. And whereas what better way to start the campaign than to acknowledge National Emergency Medical Services Week, May 19th through May 25th, which will serve to educate the people of Pittsburgh regarding emergency medical services. And whereas the national theme for this year for EMS Strong is Stronger Together. Now therefore be it resolved, that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby recognize and commend the dedication and commitment of the emergency medical teams to the residents of the City of Pittsburgh. And be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh declares May 19th through 25th as Emergency Medical Services Week in the City of Pittsburgh.
May I have a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Thank you, Chief. Thank you for all you do.
Council, I thank you for this honor, as you do yearly for us, and I accept this on behalf of all the EMS employees of the city, those that are presently on the street protecting us now. And I thank you very much for all your support year-round for EMS. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Okay, Councilman?
Councilwoman Smith just requested that Councilman Coghill be part of this proc as well. Probably because you're getting a new division and some fun stuff. So now Public Works is up. You guys are really far away. You've seen us on TV before. We don't bite. You can come closer. Yeah. No, you do. The rest of the group's not really sure. So whereas the year 2019 marks the 59th annual National Public Works Week, and whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the city of Pittsburgh. And whereas it is in the public interest for citizens, civic leaders, and children of the city of Pittsburgh to gain knowledge of and to maintain a progressive interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in their respective communities. And be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare the week of May 19th through the 25th, 2019 to be National Public Works Week in the City of Pittsburgh.
You're here. May I have a motion and a second, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Corey. I want to thank Councilwoman Cale Smith. Listen, I just wanted to say about Public Works, I've said it before, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, Director Gable. I think you're the best run department we have, the most efficient run. The supervisors, whether there's a pothole or whatever we need them for, are always there. and I rely heavily upon your department, and just want to congratulate you and thank you for all the work you do.
Great, Councilman, thank you.
I actually forgot to mention, besides what Anthony said, I want to say that when you look at getting fields ready, I have to thank Public Works for this past Friday. We were in desperate need to have the first night game at McGee Field, and it took one call to Tom, and the lights were on within minutes. And I think you guys are always there. Director Gable, all the department heads are always there for us when we need them, and that gave us enough leeway to pass it off to Councilwoman Smith, who sponsored the bill.
Perfect.
I just want to thank everyone from DPW and thank my colleagues for presenting the proclamation. I think that so many times we hear of all the things that are wrong with the city, but we don't realize all the time that goes in to doing things in the city. And I can tell you from my standpoint, I have called DPW over the past 10 years at 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. Fields have gotten broken into, somebody needs to secure a building, whatever it is, a landslide happens, they are there. DPW and DOMI together have really had a great response, and I can't thank the directors enough, but also their entire team. As you can see, we have a lot going on with the playgrounds across the city of Pittsburgh. I think almost every playground is getting renovated or has been renovated in the city, and that's a lot of work. On top of that, they're handling this entire department. They handle the landslides, the building maintenance, and a lot of people say something like, well, they want some project done, but they don't realize it's the same crew that's doing a building or that project that's doing the landslide and doing some of the things that are happening across the city. So I just want to say that I think that we undervalue this department a lot, and I know that they work really hard, and it's difficult to sometimes explain to people how they prioritize things. But usually if it's an emergency or something real immediate, then they'll be able to take care of it. Things like we battle about issues with landslides and also streets like Grandview Avenue, which are really unique in the way that we have to address some of those issues there. On Grandview, I just want to say this real quickly, we had a meeting. We were told to have a study done. The study was $1 million. So we had to decide, do we want to do the study or do we want to do the work? And so the crews did some of the work, and they're continuing to do some of the work. So you can either spend money on studies and engineering reports, or you can spend money on doing the work. And does it happen as quickly as you like? Not always. But I just want to say that they are always responding across the city, all of our neighborhoods, day and night. So thank you all very much. And we have two amazing directors that are really very helpful to all of us and very responsive to all of council members. So if all members want to come up for the vote, I know the director, both of you probably want to say a few words. Okay, thank you.
Well, thanks to City Council for this proclamation recognizing the Department of Public Works during the National Public Works Week. I did bring a lot of people, obviously. I would have liked to have brought all 637 employees, but I don't think it would fit. We, speaking for the men and women of Public Works, we do appreciate the opportunity to serve the mayor, to serve all the council members, to serve our companion departments, and more importantly, the residents of the city of Pittsburgh. In the proclamation here, it says that this event has been occurring for 59 years. I haven't been with the city that long, but in all the years I've been with the city, I don't really ever remember stepping up to celebrate this week. So I do appreciate the fact that this is being recognized, that our department is being recognized, and I thank council for that. Thank you. And it's going to be a fun week. Thank you.
And I just want to add that you do have an appreciation picnic on Thursday, correct? It's this Thursday? Correct. And so if any council members or anybody would like to donate something towards the event, they can contact either Director Ricks or Director Gable or Marcel. Tell me who. Marcel and Carrie. Marcel, you can come up and give your information. Okay? So that people know how to contact. Because, it would be nice to show our appreciation. We did this in our district, actually. A group of churches got together and did an appreciation for our 5th Division and for our police, EMS, and fire bureau stations in our district before. And they paid for everything out of their own pocket. I mean, they were so generous and so kind. It was a collection of all of our churches in the district. So now this is the city actually doing it, so it'd be nice if we all pitched in, and I'll be happy to pitch in.
I'm Marcel Newman. You can contact me if you'd like to donate something for the Public Works picnic to show appreciation for all our employees. My email address is Marcel, MARCELLE.Newman, NEWMAN, at pittsburghpa.gov. I know we've been getting a lot of appreciation letters expressing gratitude for some of the work that we do. So if you'd like to express in donating for the picnic, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
Great, thanks. Great. Can we have all members for the photograph, please?
Now, you notice I was a little bit late for that proc, but I'm right on time for the taco proc. Taco Week, and it's in our district. Now, you know Station Square is part of District 2 in Mount Washington. We have a lot of things that happen in our district that people don't realize are in District 2. They always think of us as the boring West End, but they don't realize most of the excitement of the city happens in the West End, connecting us to the north side. You better watch. But so there's a lot of great things. And what we have happening at the Highmark Stadium is a lot of different events. We have a mac and cheese festival, now we have a taco festival, but we also have the great Riverhounds team who does so much for our youth across the city of Pittsburgh. They have been amazing. So we're happy to now acknowledge that now we have a taco festival. So whereas on Saturday, June 1st, the Pittsburgh Taco Festival, also known as Pittsburgh Taco Fest, will hold its third annual community festival that celebrates tacos, supports local businesses, and raises awareness of the Latin American culture. And whereas Pittsburgh Taco Fest was created and produced by small business owners Craig McLeod of Popsburg, LLC, in support of sustainability efforts in the city of Pittsburgh. And whereas the Pittsburgh Taco Festival and its event partners, Easy Street Promotions, LLC, and Highmark Stadium, produce a family-friendly festival at which children can partake in 2 piñata events held during the afternoon at Highmark Stadium. And whereas the Pittsburgh Taco Festival collaborates with the Latin American Cultural Union, which is dedicated to preserving and promoting Latin American and Caribbean cultures and traditions in our region, and building cultural partnerships, and the Pittsburgh Hispanic Development Corporation that we have here, which works to increase our Hispanic population, builds and promotes Hispanic businesses, and promotes investment in the city of Pittsburgh. And whereas visitors will enjoy an afternoon of live music and dance, performances, as well as cultural marketplace, while exploring the flavors and a myriad of tacos from over 25 local taco vendors. During the afternoon session from 12 to 3, or the evening session from 4 to 7. And now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby congratulate the Pittsburgh Taco Festival on its 3rd year of celebration, and be it further resolved that the City Council of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Saturday, June 1st, 2019 to be Pittsburgh Taco Festival Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
Here. May I have a motion in a second, please? All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Congratulations.
I want to thank Guillermo for his involvement. It's a taco fest every day in Beachview in Brookline. I don't know if you guys know that. You know, the two corners there.
We also have a Lebanese festival going on there.
Oh yeah, don't forget the Lebanese. That's right. But no, and besides just tacos on the corner, he's actually helping out with economic development in some of my neighborhoods. You know, PHDC, as Councilwoman Kell Smith mentioned, is going to be moving into Beachview. So he's much more than just a taco. But with that, we'll introduce you. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Guillermo Velasquez. I'm the Executive Director of the Pittsburgh Hispanic Development Corporation. And I am pleased and honored to be here with you and accept this proclamation on behalf of the Hispanic population in Pittsburgh. I would like to thank all the organizers of the Taco Fest. Without them, that would not be possible. Tacos have become very popular in the United States, not just in Pittsburgh, and I believe it's going to be a tradition that is going to stay. And the fact that it's been recognized by the city and everyone in Pittsburgh, I think is tremendous. And we try to incorporate the population and embrace that the Hispanics that are living in Pittsburgh can live all together. We can all be here in Pittsburgh and have an impact, an economic impact, and a positive impact in the city of Pittsburgh. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a photo, but you also have margaritas there too, right? Yes. Okay, so it's not just tacos. But I just want to thank you for all of your work, and we have been talking about how we can fill up some of the vacant homes in our district with people in need of housing. So you do so much more than the Taco Festival, but we're looking forward to this as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That will conclude the proclamation portion of the council meeting, and it will take us into public comment. Anyone wishing to speak before City Council this morning will have 3 minutes in which to do so. I would like to take this time to remind everyone here that the rules of council are clear when we state that comment is limited to matters of concern, official action, or deliberation which are or may be before this council or could come before this council at another time. We do not permit profanity. We will maintain order at all times. We ask that you would please begin by giving your name and the neighborhood in which you reside for our public record. The green light will indicate the start of your 3 minutes. When the yellow light comes on, you will have 1 minute to summarize your thoughts. When the red light comes on, your time will have expired. May we have our first speaker, please? Okay, good morning, Ms. Brown.
Okay. My name is Yvonne Brown. I live in the Hill District. As you see, tomorrow's election day, and I usually don't come out strong for the candidates, but this year I feel we must. Because how many years has been that Sapal has been in here? They say 20, been uncontested. But a couple times, I did run against him. Anytime I see one person running, I don't think that's part of the democratic process. There should be somebody that's running against them, and I do. I done ran for every office that didn't have somebody running. Okay, the reason I'm saying is that you and the citizens, I'm talking to you citizens, you only know from what you see. And like, I'm really upset about how this newspaper is, and in here. Now, you had a young man brought in papers to start the impeachment of Reverend Burgess or Mr. Burgess. That wasn't written. It should be written. Now, I hear about there was some kind of confusion out in the neighborhood. You'll make the neighborhood look bad, but you won't bring when a citizen that's brought in signatures from a whole bunch of people that say we want to have this. You are holding back the community. You're dumbing them down. I'm here to learn, to teach. I don't want stupid grandchildren, because my daughters, they already doing their thing. Sometimes they act really, really stupid. But I want the babies to learn how to get along with all of you. I come down to teach you, because you don't know. I'm not saying I'm all that, but I'm 72. I've lived here. I've been down here 20-something years. I see how you work. So when I bring it down, just like this, I'm gonna say this one thing. They had August Wilson, so they face painted. Do you know $5 for a half a face, 10 for a whole face? I did face painting. That could have been $1 worth. Every time you have something in our neighborhood, we're left out. We're left out when you say you're gonna tell the police. We don't get it. But I'm telling you, we gotta get rid of Sapala, Patik, and he's a black man, but he's turned. Anytime I'm 72 years old, get jumped on, and he won't show it because he said I didn't have a computer, a laptop. How many got a laptop when you come to court? He said I didn't bring mine, but I have a machine back there, but it probably won't work. Of all what he did to me, that part right there, he wouldn't even try to see how this woman grabbed me and drew me back in there. She was choking me so hard I thought I was dying. Even her witness said, oh my God. She said, kept checking, she grabbed him, and he threw it out. I have a record now. I have to get it unsponged. Do you understand? I'm not fighting for myself now. But if a young man comes behind me, a young man could go to jail for years, and he did nothing wrong.
Thank you, Ms.
but
Brown.
defend himself. Yes, Ms. Brown. You
Thank
need
you.
to stop it. You don't even let the buzzer go.
Thank you, Ms.
You need to
Brown.
stop it. You let the black women talk. Somebody gotta tell you to stop it.
Please. Okay, may we have our next speaker, please? Good morning, Celeste. There are. So,
I just want to make sure she's okay. Okay. Do you want to go? I could go. I got you. I'll stay with you.
okay. Just one moment, Celeste. Okay?
Oh, sure. No problem.
All right, good morning, Celeste. Welcome.
Good morning. So, my name is Celeste Scott. I'm the Housing Justice Organizer from Pittsburgh United. And I just wanted to come down today to talk about the 2019 Housing Opportunity Fund Allocation Plan that you will see today, to say that it really was a collaboration with the advisory board, with the community, and with the URA board, and that we're really happy to see it. And we're starting to see the 2018 monies being spent, and folks are being helped. So we're really excited to see the plan get passed through for 2019. The things that are in there, the income targets, the community control, continuing to have the robust and inclusive advisory board that has been really great, are very important to us, and also the equity that's in the fund. So I just came down to thank council for working with us. We've been having a lot of conversations with you, to thank Councilwoman Cale Smith for being on the advisory board and making sure our voices are heard, and our continued champions, Councilman Lavelle and Councilwoman Gross. So just making sure that the fund works citywide is really important as well, and we look forward to continuing to work with you as the fund moves through year 2. So I just came down here to say that, and also that I know in Pittsburgh we're here, but I get a lot of calls from Detroit and Cincinnati, even as far as Canada, just to name a few of how good our fund is and how happy people are watching us. So I just wanted to thank you for that and say we look forward to continuing to work on abating this affordable housing crisis in our city. Thank you.
Thank you, Celeste.
Okay.
Good morning,
Hi,
welcome.
good morning. I'm a little nervous, but my name is Sarita Gordon. I'm a resident of Marshall Shaylin neighborhood, Brightwood Civic. I was invited by Celeste, and I'm very proud to stand next to you because I feel like this housing fund is much needed in our neighborhoods. Because as I was just telling her, my story is that I started off 10 years ago as a single mother, and I couldn't get into Section 8 housing because I was left on wait lists. And something told me in my spirit, they said, just buy a house. So I went through the whole process of buying a home. Thank God for Dollar Bank single mom program that helped me clean up my credit, and I was able to move into my first time home. And also with the URA, that was able to make it more affordable, which it added that $50,000 onto the mortgage, the loan. So I was able to move into a home that I probably wouldn't be able to occupy, and I'm very grateful for that. But also still needing support as far as like still remaining in my home and keeping my home after going through a lot of economic downturn, job turnovers, and I'm still standing, still fighting to remain in my home. But and I also wanted to add too, I know we're talking about the Housing Opportunity Fund, but our neighborhood, because I overheard you saying you're fixing up playgrounds, and I know our playground isn't fixed, and we have tons of kids in Brightwood, and majority of them don't have anywhere to play, any rec. And I know that my husband, they started Perseverance Mentoring Program, which is a basketball program, which helps a little in the neighborhood, but not enough. So I just wanted to add that to it. And there was something else, but we have an event coming up, not through Perseverance, but Unshakable Motherhood is for new and expectant moms. So if you can support that, that's going to take place May 28th, Tuesday, May 28th on the north side as well. So you can check that out on Eventbrite. But yeah, I'm proud to be here, and I feel like we need to fight for more affordable housing, and I hope that it's not taken away from our residents, because working with as a doula, I work with a lot of pregnant moms, and a lot of them end up homeless with their children, and it's a shame because there isn't enough affordable housing for them to occupy. So let me just get off my soapbox. So if you can, that's it.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marcia Bandies from Squirrel Hill, and I'm just here once again in support of the Housing Opportunity Fund. I think it's a fabulous idea. I wish you could double it, the amount, because my biggest concern right now is every time they come out with the numbers, there's fewer people in Pittsburgh. And they, basically what they're saying is the older people are dying faster than the younger people are coming in or staying. And my concern here is that without affordable housing, you're going to lose your lower and middle income people who are really the staple of the city. And so I hope that we can do more to help with the affordable housing and keep all these families here in Pittsburgh. Thank you. And thank you for all your work. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Do we have any further speakers that wish to speak before council this morning? Okay, seeing no further speakers, we will proceed then into presentation of papers, and we will begin with our first committee, which is our Committee on Finance and Law. Our chair is Councilman Burgess. May I have Councilman Coghill for Councilman Burgess?
Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman.
Councilman Reverend Burgess presents Bill number 1689, Resolution authorizing the mayor and the Office of Management and Budget to enter into a grant agreement with the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development to accept funds from the Appalachian Regional Commission for activities in relation to the Associated Master Plumbers of Allegheny County Training Facilities Renovation Project, and further authorizing the Director of the Office of Management and Budget to expend said funds for this purpose. Bill number 1690. Resolution providing for the issuance of a warrant in the total sum of $7,815.22 in favor of Eileen Papala as final settlement related to the action filed in the Pittsburgh Commission on Human Relations. Bill number 1691, resolution amending resolution number 282 as to correct typographical errors and to perform a name change from Alliance for Health and Well-Being to Allies for Health Plus Well-Being. Bill number 1692, resolution amending resolution 283 so as to correct typographical errors and to perform a name change from Alliance to Health and Wellbeing to Allies for Health Plus Wellbeing.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Councilman Coghill, our Chair of Urban Recreation.
No new papers, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Gross, our Chair of Land Use and Economic Development.
No new papers, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Harris, our Chair of Human Resources.
No new papers, Mr. Kraus.
Thank you, Councilwoman. And Councilman Lavelle, our Chair of Public Safety Services.
Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman.
Councilman Lavelle presents Bill number 1693, resolution amending resolution number 201, so as to reprogram funds within City Council from Hill Dance Academy Theater and Neighborhood Works and transfer these funds to Shenley Heights Community Development Program, $6,000. Bill number 1694, resolution amending resolution number 202, so as to reprogram funds within City Council from Hill Dance Academy Theater and Neighborhood Works and transfer these funds to Shenley Heights Community Development Program, $6,000. Bill number 1695, resolution amending resolution number 55, so as to reprogram funds within City Council from Hill Dance Academy Theater, $5,000, and transfer these funds to Manchester Citizens Corporation. Bill number 1696, resolution amending resolution number 54, so as to reprogram funds within City Council from Hill Dance Academy Theater and transfer the $5,000 to Manchester Citizens Corporation.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Councilman O'Connor, our Chair of Intergovernmental Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman.
Councilman O'Connor presents Bill number 1697, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh official sewer facilities plan for the Bracken Ridge phase of the residents of Oak Hill, which is the ongoing redevelopment of the former Aliquippa Terrace housing project located along Oak Hill Drive between Wadsworth Street and Bracken Ridge Street in the 5th Ward of the city. Bill number 1698, resolution authorizing the approval of the 2019 Housing Opportunity Fund Annual Allocation Plan. Bill number 1699, resolution authorizing the URA to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned property in the 15th Ward of the City Council District Number 5, 168 Hazelwood Avenue. Bill number 1700, resolution authorizing the URA to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned properties in the 21st Ward of the city, 1817 Fulton Street, 1305 and 1307 Columbus Avenue, 1321 North Franklin Street, 1513 Allegheny Avenue, 1020 Liverpool Street, and 1206 West North Avenue.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. You've heard the reading and the title of the bills. Under our Intergovernmental Affairs Committee, do we have further discussion on any of the bills? Okay, seeing none, the bills are now ready for final action, and all in favor of the passage of the bills will vote aye when their names are called.
You're a little early.
I'm sorry, what did I do? Oh, forgive me. I'm sorry. Forgive me. My phone started to blow up. Forgive me. Councilwoman Mikhail Smith, our Chair of Public Works Services, thank you very much.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Not that I'm in a hurry.
Thank you, Madam
Thank you
Clerk.
very much. Just a little bit.
Motion to adjourn.
I'm reading the amendment.
Councilwoman Kel Smith presents Bill number 1701, resolution granting unto City Reformed Church their successors and assigns the privilege and license to construct, maintain, and use at their own cost and expense a handicap ramp at 3929 Coleman Street in the 15th Ward, 5th Council District. Bill number 1702, resolution granting unto City Studios their successors and assigns the privilege and license to construct, maintain, and use at their own cost and expense a handicap ramp of railing at 2700 to 2702 Shadeland Avenue in the 27th Ward, 1st Council District.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Councilwoman Strasburger, our Chair of Innovation, Performance, and Asset Management. May I please have Councilwoman Mikhail Smith for Councilwoman Strasburger?
Thank you. No new papers, Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam.
Whatever. I'm a madam.
Thank you, Councilwoman. The past couple of months are beginning to show on us, huh? Thank you, Councilwoman Smith. The chair has one communication that I will need a motion to receive and file, please.
Council President Kraus presents Bill number 1703, communication from Jennifer Ozinger, Acting Director of the Office of Management and Budget, submitting the city quarterly financial and performance report for the period ending March 31st, 2019.
May I have a motion to receive and file, please?
So moved. Second.
Okay, discussion? Discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, aye. Opposed, abstentions, thank you, is received. We'll now move into unfinished business. Without unfinished business before us, the next order of business will be reports of committee for final action. We will begin with our Committee on Finance and Law and our chair, Councilman Burgess. May I have Councilman
President?
Coghill for Councilman Burgess. Thank you.
Councilman Reverend Burgess presents Bill number 1684, report of the Committee on Finance and Law for May 15th with an affirmative recommendation. Bill number 1654, resolution amending Resolution 98, which authorized the issuance of a warrant in favor of Tabitha Workmeister by changing the issuance to 4 warrants as follow: in favor of Tabitha Workmeister, amount of $30,000, and in favor of law offices of Timothy O'Brien in the amount of $39,990 in settlement of litigation per order of court of the U.S. District Court of the Western District of Pennsylvania in favor of Tabitha Workmeister in the amount of $5,005, and in favor of Greenwich Dion Wilson in the amount of $5,005 in settlement of litigation as described in the full and final general release and settlement agreement between the parties.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. You've heard the reading and the title of the bills under our Committee on Finance and Law. Do we have further discussion on any of the bills? Okay, seeing none, the bills are now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bills will vote aye when their names are called. Those opposed will vote no. And Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mrs. Harris.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle.
Aye.
Mr. O'Connor. Mrs. Kale Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Kraus, President.
Aye.
7 ayes, 0 noes. Bill
Thank you,
passes.
Madam Clerk. The bills, having received then the legally required number of votes, have finally passed. And next, we have our Committee on Public Works Services. Our chairperson is Councilwoman Teresa Kale Smith.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Councilwoman Kale Smith presents Bill number 1685, report of the Committee on Public Works for May 15, 2019, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill number 1603, resolution authorizing the mayor and director of the Department of Public Works to enter into a professional services agreement between the city and Winston Design Development for architectural and engineering design services for a series of interior remodels for 6 fire stations within the city for the not-to-exceed amount of $407,872.66. Bill number 1638, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Works to enter into a professional services agreement between the city and Hoffman and Associates for historic preservation architect consultation services for the Oliver Bath House at 38 South 10th Street, at an amount not to exceed $44,990. Bill number 1640, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure on behalf of the city to enter into a professional services agreement with consultant Eileen Papale as a sole source to provide instruction to the new staff of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure at a cost not to exceed $15,000. Bill number 1642, resolution providing for a contract or use of existing contracts and/or agreements, providing for the planning, design, repairs, maintenance, improvements, emergencies, operations, and/or the purchase of materials, equipment, and supplies in connection with the production of the Hill District Mobility Network and Parking Management Plan and associated projects.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Clerk. You've heard the reading and the title of these bills. Under our Committee on Public Works Services, do we have further discussion on any of the bills? Councilwoman Kill Smith.
Thank you. I just want to again thank DPW and Chris and the firefighters
Thank you,
for
Councilwoman.
working through those concerns and getting this moving.
And you were tenacious about making certain that those were done correctly. I appreciate your work.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and I would like to take a moment to once again thank Mayor Peduto and the entire administration for their commitment to the Oliver Bath House. It's much more than just a building. It's an institution in South Pittsburgh with an amazingly rich history, and it is most beloved by just about everyone that lives in South Pittsburgh. And so I want to thank the mayor and the entire administration for a continuing commitment to the preservation of Oliver Bath House. Councilwoman?
I just want to echo that. It's a fantastic asset. I have constituents who drive all the way over from my district just because it's just such a spectacular, unique facility. So it's really amazing.
I learned to swim there too at like 5.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's amazing. But so I do appreciate, and I appreciate the council's support of the bill as well. So with that, the bills are now ready for final action, and all in favor of the passage of the bills will vote aye when their names are called. Those opposed will vote no. And would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Coghill?
Aye.
Ms. Gross?
Aye.
Mrs. Harris?
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle?
Aye.
Mr. O'Connor? Mrs. Kale Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Cross President?
Aye.
7 ayes, 0 noes, bill passed.
Thank you. The bills then, having received the legally required number of votes, have finally passed. Next, we have our Committee on Land Use and Economic Development. Our chair is Councilwoman Deborah Gross.
Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Councilwoman Gross presents Bill number 1686. Report of the Committee on Land Use and Economic Development for May 15, 2019, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill number 1492, resolution approving a conditional use application under the Pittsburgh Code Title IX, Zoning Article 5 for West Liberty Elementary School for authorization to expand an elementary secondary school at 785 Dunster Street, Zone R1DM, Residential Single Unit Detached Moderate Density District, 19th Ward, Council District Number 4.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. You've heard the reading and the title of the bills. Under our Committee on Land Use and Economic Development, is there further discussion on the bill? Okay, seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action, and all in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye. When their names are called, those opposed will vote no. And would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Coghill?
Aye.
Ms. Gross? Mrs. Harris?
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle?
Aye.
Mr. O'Connor? Mrs. Kale Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Cross President?
Aye.
7 ayes, 0 noes, bill passed.
Thank you. The bills then, having received the legally required number of votes, is finally passed. Our next committee is our Committee on Innovation, Performance, and Asset Management. Our chair is Councilwoman Erica Strasburger. May I please have Councilwoman Kell Smith for Councilwoman Strasburger.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you,
Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman.
Councilwoman Strasburger presents Bill number 1687, report of the Committee on Innovation, Performance, and Assets Management for May 15, 2019, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill number 1639, resolution authorizing the mayor and director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure and/or the Department of Innovation and Performance on behalf of the city to enter into an agreement with various entities in order to receive data sets or access to data sets or visualization platforms that further the city's ability to deliver services to residents.
Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. You've heard the reading and the title of this bill under Innovation, Performance, and Asset Management. Continuing conversation begins with Councilwoman Gross.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So I've worked up an amendment, and I spoke with the chair, Councilwoman Strasburger, and also with Councilwoman Smith, who is the chair of Public Works, which Domi is under, about this, and several other colleagues. So you'll remember last week my concern was that we not give carte blanche, kind of wide open authorization, and my fear is that this might kind of go away, and we might never find out what company has an agreement with the city. Similar to where, 10 years ago, council or more gave authorization for tax abatements, and then 10 years later, we find out that no one had really kept track of which developments or which parcels were owed or not owed, how much property tax, and we're now kind of cleaning that up in retrospect. So I just thought it was best to be cautious here. And so my amendment says that, for example, if the administration, let's say, strikes up an agreement with Google in the next month or something like that, that this way council and the public would be notified if the agreements come back to be approved by council.
Thanks, Councilwoman. Further discussion?
So a motion to amend Bill 1639.
And we have a second. So discussion. I had only one reservation, and that was that I wasn't sure if you communicated with the chair and with Councilwoman Kill-Smith, but I just received that you did, and so I'm happy to support. Thank you.
May I also?
Yeah, please.
And I think that it's okay that we're not sure how to proceed because this is a new thing for cities and for these companies. And these are new kinds of arrangements. And, the idea of data and data sharing, we're all kind of feeling our way. So it's best to take it kind of one step at a time. And we may, I suspect we'll revisit the topic in the near future.
I would absolutely agree. And the conversation's fluid on the topic. And we can revisit anytime we choose. Councilwoman Kill-Smith.
I just want to thank Councilwoman Gross and Councilwoman Harris. I mean, sometimes they are tenacious in the way that they look after the budget and put accountability measures in place. But I just want to thank you both because even though I don't always agree with some of the things we're doing, I think that you're doing what's right for the city of Pittsburgh and for the residents, taxpayers mostly. So I just want to thank you both very much for the work that you do. And Councilwoman Gross for making sure that you talk to the chair folks about it as well. Thank you.
Okay, so this votes on the amendment. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Bill's amended. Discussion on the amended bill? Seeing none. Bills are now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when their names are called. Those opposed will vote no. And Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mrs. Harris.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle. Mr. O'Connor.
Aye.
Mrs. Kill-Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Kraus, President.
Aye.
7 ayes, 0 noes. Bill passed.
Okay, thank you very much. The bill then, having received the legally required number of votes, has finally passed. Our final committee of the morning is our Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs. Our chair is Councilman O'Connor.
With a new haircut.
Thank you.
With a nice new haircut.
Councilman O'Connor presents Bill number 1688, Report of the Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs for May 15, 2019, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill number 1660, Resolution authorizing the city to enter into a second amendment to Agreement of November 1st, 1950, with the Allegheny County Sanitation Authority, the Township of Upper St. Clair, Peters Township Sanitary Authority, and the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. You've heard the reading and the title of this bill under our Intergovernmental Affairs Committee. Is there further discussion on the bill? There is, with Councilwoman Harris, followed by Councilwoman Gross.
Yes, I realize that there has been in place this agreement since 1950. However, I'm going to abstain on it today. There are so many that utilizing the pipes that we have coming through the city of Pittsburgh without a user fee. I realize back in the 50s, all those communities were nothing but woods. And you're lucky if you had a couple houses on them. And now they are loaded with housing and families. And I have nothing against the communities. I have all against this agreement now that it has not been looked at since 1950 and the changes that have been made since then. So I'll be abstaining.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Gross.
Thank you. So just one point of order, I think. Section 5 of the bill, the last section says that the agreement is attached here too as Exhibit A. It isn't in our text file. I just want to point that out to trust that it will be on Legistar. So it's probably a lengthy packet, so which is fine, so I don't need it in print, but I just want to make sure that it is attached in the permanent legislative record. Thank you.
Thanks, Councilwoman. Thank you. Okay.
One more.
Sure.
I would like it in print if you could get me a copy. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Councilwoman. Okay. Thank you very much. Without further discussion, the bill is now ready for final action.
Can I just add, I just want to say that I do agree with Councilwoman Harris that we do need some agreements in place, but I do want to say that I don't know that this is the process, this bill is the way to do it, but I agree that there should be some user fees that we are discussing and having some conversation about. So I just want to say, I think she's right about that. All right, I'm going to shut up.
Councilwoman Harris.
Yes. This abstention, I believe I've abstained on others. We're going to be taking a look at all of them. I asked Councilwoman if she don't mind that we look at this because it is wrong. However, I'm not voting no on it. I'm abstaining on it. Thank you.
Okay. Without further discussion, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when the names are called, and those opposed will vote no. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mrs. Harris.
Abstain.
Mr. Lavelle.
Aye.
Mr. O'Connor.
Aye.
Mrs. Kale Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Kraus, President.
Aye.
6 ayes, 0 noes, 1 abstention. Bill passed.
Thank you very much. The bill, having received the legally required number of votes, then has finally passed. That will take us into motions and resolutions. I have several brief meeting announcements. This afternoon, beginning at 1:30 p.m., Council will be hosting a cablecast public hearing on Bill 1599 as it relates to an historic designation of the Southside Presbyterian Church. There are no council meetings scheduled tomorrow, Tuesday, May 21st, due to the primary election. Council will resume its regular meetings on Wednesday, May 22nd at 9:30 a.m. with pre-agenda interviews for the Clean Pittsburgh Commission here in council chambers, and the Standing Committee meeting will follow immediately. Councilwoman?
So I just want to say that I won't be able to be here Wednesday, and I did ask that people would work with me over the Clean Pittsburgh Commission interviews. I won't be able to be here Wednesday. I have a doctor's appointment, a procedure I'm having done, so I won't be here Wednesday.
Yeah, you had shared that with me. Thank you.
Yeah, so I just want to say that I would like to have been here, especially for the person I submitted their name to the mayor's office. I worked with them on getting that appointment, so to me that was important. I'll talk to you later about that. But I do want to say Happy Memorial Day to everyone, to remember that, because I won't be here on Wednesday. Memorial Day weekend is coming up, and there's a lot of events that our veterans are doing across the city of Pittsburgh, and so I hope that folks will attend some of those events, and to thank everyone for their service to the military, and especially keep in mind those who died in service. And I want to wish all my colleagues luck tomorrow on Election Day, and I hope everyone does well.
Thanks, Councilwoman.
Thank you for everyone running.
Thank you. All right, so without further discussion, may I have a motion to approve the minutes, excuse our absent member, and adjourn our meeting? Second, all in favor? Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you.